Hello everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel. This is my first ever video. Woo! I can't believe it. I'm so excited right now. And it's been a long time coming really. I cannot wait to share with you what's been happening and tell you more about this Agile Immersion Bootcamp. So this channel will be the space that I use to document my journey week by week, and I've decided to do it that way because I don't want to forget all the small details that are going to make this course really great. And I'm sure it will be great because even the 2 days that we've had so far have been just amazing. By doing it this way, you guys can follow my journey and get a better idea about the bootcamp. But I also want to be able to look back and see like the progression and the improvement in my knowledge and skills. So the Agile Immersion Bootcamp is being run by Diverse Tech, and I found about them last year when they held a user research taster session. So after that I joined their user research bootcamp, which was 3 months long from September to December, and at the end of it they offered me a place on the Agile Immersion Bootcamp. So this is an opportunity that I didn't want to pass up. I think the two work perfectly hand in hand, so user research and agile ways of working, and I thought that would be a great addition for my CV because I'm currently trying to get into the tech industry. So the bootcamp runs 2 days a week, it's 13 weeks long, and the aim is to teach us agile ways of working. As part of the bootcamp we'll get help building your portfolio and we'll get help creating a CV that is suitable for the tech industry. So the bootcamp is offered to people who have little or no prior experience of working in the tech industry. As long as you have transferable skills from another job, then you're suitable to apply. I'm a career changer, so this was actually perfect for me because I don't have any prior experience of the tech industry. Before I did the user research bootcamp last year, I really had no clue about jobs other than roles that included coding, and I didn't want to learn how to code. So the good thing about Diverse Tech is that they actually offer non-technical roles as well as technical roles. The user research is what I've been trained to do, and then the Agile Bootcamp will help me to work in like a multidisciplinary team. The other thing I like about Diverse Tech is that they really try to provide services to people from underrepresented backgrounds, so mainly women and black people that are looking to upskill themselves. They will offer them chances that they might not otherwise have. There just aren't enough women and people of colour in the tech industry right now. I love the fact that they focus on diversity and inclusion. It's something that I'm personally passionate about, and I would like to do my part to change that about the tech industry and to make other people see that actually this is something that's becoming more accessible. The tech industry is becoming more accessible to people from all backgrounds, whether you have a degree in a specific field or not. You don't have to go to uni and study a specific subject to be able to get into the tech industry. It's open to everyone at any age, and that's what I love about it. There's so many roles that people just don't know about yet. If you're not in the tech industry or you're not working in and or around the tech industry, there are so many roles that, well, for me personally, I just wasn't aware of before I joined Diverse Tech. So it's opened up this new world for me, which I'm dying to share to other people, other women, other people of colour that I know just want that chance. They want the opportunity to change their lives. Another great thing that I love about the bootcamp is that they're not just teaching you agile ways or agile principles just as like a classroom based exercise. They are actually focusing on non-technical roles and how they use agile ways in a team, because when you're doing a non-technical role in the tech industry, you will be working with other people that have technical skills. So you might have non-technical roles and technical roles, but within the team everyone will work in agile ways and they will follow the principles. So it's important that, you know, it's not just software developers that know about agile. it's something that other team members have to know as well. So the roles that we're going to be learning about are interaction design, service design, user research, and agile delivery. Throughout the bootcamp, each of the students will get a chance to try out the different roles. The cohort will be split into teams, and then within those teams, we will work on a project, and each student will pick a role that they want to try out. And then throughout the 13 weeks, each student can pick and choose which role they want to try out. Now, obviously, this is a collaborative effort, so it relies on working together as a team and deciding which roles each person wants to play and when. I love this practical aspect of the bootcamp, and I think it's going to suit me really well as a learner, because I need to see something done in real life for it to sink in. If I read about it, I can understand it, but until I put it into practice, that's when it's really going to sink in, and that's when you're really going to understand how to fully utilize the principles. So as I said, it was our first week this week. The first day was a lot of introductions, a lot of code of conduct, onboarding, the general stuff. There are 10 students in the bootcamp. So to start with, we each had to introduce ourselves and share a baby picture and speak a little bit about it so that the other members of the group could get to know us. It was just a really quick way to get people to let their guards down. I mean, we're going to be spending 13 weeks together, so it's important that we all feel comfortable to share with each other. We all feel confident that we can trust each other as well. It was just a little trust building exercise, but it was really fun and so endearing. So I shared this picture. It's me and my grandma on the day of my christening, and I showed this picture because my grandma is one of my role models. Aside from my mum, my grandma has really been there for me a lot when I was a child, and even now as an adult. One of the first things they taught us is about working out loud and developing an online presence, and that just means sharing your work online for other people to see on a regular basis. And I'll be the first to admit that I've never been good at that. I've never been good at really putting myself out there, but it's something that I've challenged myself to do throughout this bootcamp. So along with getting your own personal email address, you then get your own folder in a Google Drive where you get to share your homework, because you do get homework, and you can put all your homework in your own folder on the Google Slides. They also have a resources folder, so you can go back and look at any of the presentations or slides that are available for the entire group. We'll be using Google Sites for our portfolios. We have already started with our portfolios. You just get straight into it on the first week, which is just, I just love that. There's no messing about. Everything is just 100 from day one. So I hadn't heard about Google Sites before starting the course. I didn't know it existed, but it's fantastic for portfolios because for a start, it's free. You don't have to pay anything. If you have a Gmail account, that's the only account you need. You don't have to set up an additional account. Your website then gets stored on the drive, so you can access it that way and edit it that way. Another bonus is that you don't need to pay for web services because Google hosts it for you, and you just share the link with whoever you want to send it to. There are a bunch of themes for you to start with straight away, and you can edit them as you go along. So whatever you create is not set in stone. You can change it as you go. So just like all the other Google apps, I find them really intuitive, easy to work with, and they just work all round. So if you're looking for something basic, just to get you started straight away, then I would recommend Google Sites, because I've had to play around with it and so far I really like it. This week we've also used Miro for brainstorming and group exercises. Going forward, it will be a space where we can continue our learning together. To start with, we did a team canvas on Miro where we each wrote down our goals, our values and our skills, and you just write little post-it notes and stick them on the board. It's basically like a digital whiteboard. Then in the middle of our team canvas, we each decided on what we thought the purpose of the bootcamp would be. This is something that, while we did it as a group, it's what the bootcamp means individually for each of us. And because we all get to see it, we all get to participate in the team canvas at the same time, it just creates a great bonding experience, and we all make sure that we're on the same page from the start. And that's what is so great, because everything is collaborative. No one in particular has the final say, so you feel more autonomous about your work and the role that you play in your own learning. And it means that everyone can take responsibility for their own actions, but we are also accountable to each other. So we got to do something called stinky fish exercise. It was actually really emotive. So you start off by drawing a fish on a piece of paper, and then inside the fish you write down your worries, your fears, or any anxieties that you have. And it could be about the course, it could be about anything. It's completely up to you what you write down, and it's completely up to you whether you want to share it with the group. Some people did share theirs, and it was really encouraging to see that actually a lot of us have similar fears and anxieties. We also have other external factors that can, I guess, distract us from the cause. It was just great to have people share that with each other, because that means that you understand where other people are coming from, and you can just have a bit more compassion and sympathy. So that was basically the first week in a nutshell. I can't tell you how amazing this experience has been, even just across 2 days. We've managed to create this space where you feel like you can share your ideas, your opinions, without worrying whether you're going to be judged, or whether you're not going to be taken seriously, or that you're going to be shut down. I feel like we have each other's backs, and everyone looks out for the other person, because people really shared things that were so personal to them, and people were even crying, you know, in the session. It was just a surreal experience. I can't even explain it to you, but it really feels like people are so confident and so comfortable already after 2 days just to open up to each other and talk about what's going on in real life. Like, let's be real about it. No one's out to get anybody. We're all there to support each other's journeys. It's not cutthroat. It's just people acting like human beings. It's so refreshing. I just can't wait to get stuck into week 2. So tune in next week, where you can find out all about my second week. And if you have any questions, if you want to know something more that I haven't discussed in this video, then please leave it in the comments. And if you would like to follow along with my journey, then please subscribe and turn on the notifications so that you don't miss out on a single week's worth of the bootcamp. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.